Alex is 35, lives in Vancouver, earns $80,000 a year. That is a real salary. A good salary. More than most people Alex went to school with. More than Alex made 5 years ago. The salary that was supposed to feel like progress. Like finally being on solid ground. Alex has a decent apartment, a car, a gym membership. Goes out with friends on weekends. Takes one trip a year. Nothing flashy. Just a normal Vancouver life. And yet, on the 25th of every month, when Alex checks the bank account, there is almost nothing there. Not from a bad decision. Not from a shopping addiction or a gambling problem or some dramatic financial mistake. Just almost nothing. Month after month. The salary goes in. Life happens. And the account looks virtually the same as it did the month before. Alex said it out loud once to a close friend, after a long day and a glass of wine. I make $80,000 a year, and I have nothing to show for it. If you have ever felt that, this video is for you. Not to judge you, not to tell you it is your fault, but to show you, with real BC numbers in Vancouver in 2026, exactly why this is happening, and the 5 specific things that change it. The first reason Alex has nothing to show for $80,000 is simple. Alex does not actually earn $80,000. Not really. Not after the government takes its share first. And here is the part that nobody explains clearly. The tax system is specifically structured so that the government gets paid before you do. Not after you spend. Not when you choose. Before. The money is taken off the top, before it ever touches Alex's account. By design. In BC in 2026, here is what happens to Alex's paycheck before Alex sees a dollar. Federal income tax, $13,244. BC provincial tax, $4,955. CPP contributions, $4,419. EI premiums, $1,049. Total, $23,667 gone before the money arrives. For every single dollar Alex worked for, Alex keeps 70 cents. 30 cents goes to various levels of government. That is not an opinion about whether taxes are good or bad. It is just arithmetic. Alex works from January 1st until approximately April 18th, nearly 4 months of the year, and every dollar earned in that window goes entirely to taxes. Only after April 18th does Alex start keeping what is earned. The result? $80,000 becomes $56,333 per year, $4,694 per month. Alex built a Vancouver life on the assumption of $80,000. The budget Alex actually has is $4,694 per month. That gap, between what the salary sounds like and what actually lands, is where the story starts. After taxes, Alex has $4,694 per month. Not $6,667. $4,694. Now Vancouver takes its share. A one-bedroom apartment in Vancouver in 2026 rents for approximately $2,600 per month. Not a luxury building, not a trendy neighborhood. A standard one-bedroom in a city where this is simply the market rate. That is 55.4% of Alex's monthly take-home. 55%. Gone. Before groceries, before the car, before the phone, before anything that could be called discretionary, before a single choice is made. Over half the income is already spoken for by the roof over Alex's head. There is a rule in financial planning, used by the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, that says housing costs should not exceed 32% of your gross income. At $80,000 gross, 32% is $2,133 per month. The Vancouver average one-bedroom is $2,600 per month. Alex is $467 over the recommended limit before choosing anything else about the apartment. Not because Alex picked a nice place, because Vancouver in 2026 does not offer a one-bedroom below that limit in most neighborhoods. The salary that sounds like enough was set when rent was different. The rent adjusted. The salary did not keep up. After rent, Alex has $2,094 for the rest of life. Here is what the rest of life costs in Vancouver. The car. Alex drives. It is Vancouver. And depending on where Alex lives and works, transit alone does not always cut it. Car payment, $650 per month. Approximately the Canadian average in 2026. ICBC insurance, $180 per month, which is actually one of the benefits of BC's public insurer compared to Ontario. Gas in Vancouver, where fuel prices are consistently among the highest in Canada, $250 per month. Total car cost, $1,080. Remaining, $1,014. Groceries for one person, $580 per month. Vancouver's cost of living extends beyond rent. Remaining, $434. Phone, $85. Internet, $75. Streaming and subscriptions, 3 services, which is below the Canadian average, $65. Total, $225 in digital costs that feel like nothing and add up to $2,700 per year. Remaining, $209. Restaurants and going out, $420 per month. That is $14 per day, averaged across the entire month. 1 coffee and a meal out. Not extravagant. Remaining, negative $211. Already in deficit. And Alex has not yet paid for clothing, personal care, the gym, any travel, or any of the unexpected expenses that arrive without warning every single month. Add those in, $150 for clothing and personal care, $60 for gym, $200 per month averaged for 1 trip a year, $150 for the miscellaneous costs that always appear, and the total monthly spending reaches $5,465. Monthly take-home, $4,694. The deficit, $771 per month. Before $1 of savings. Before the TFSA. Before the RRSP. Before an emergency fund of any size. Alex is not spending extravagantly. Every single line on this list is defensible. The car is not a luxury SUV. The groceries are not Whole Foods. The restaurants are not fine dining. This is a completely ordinary Vancouver life, and it costs $771 more per month than arrives. That is the answer to the question. That is why there is nothing to show for $80,000 a year. The $771 deficit is the visible problem, but there are 3 more costs silently extracting hundreds of thousands of dollars from Alex's financial future, and none of them ever appear on a bank statement. Here is the vault, invisible cost 1, the empty TFSA. Alex has a TFSA. Either there is nothing in it, because every month ends in a deficit and there is simply nothing left, or it holds a savings account earning 2%. What Alex has never been shown, if $500 per month went into a simple index ETF inside that TFSA from age 35 to 65, at a 7% annual return, the account would be worth $606,438 at retirement. Tax-free. No capital gains. No dividend tax. Nothing owed on withdrawal. The TFSA is not a savings account. It is the most powerful tax-free compounding tool available to any Canadian. Alex's is sitting empty while the clock runs. Invisible cost 2. The car upgrade Alex does not need. Alex's car payment is $650 per month. A 2 to 3-year-old reliable used car has a payment closer to $300. The difference? $350 per month. That $350 invested at 7% for 20 years is $184,234. Alex is driving a $184,234 decision and has never framed it that way. Invisible cost 3. The mutual fund fee the bank never shows clearly. If Alex has any money invested at the bank, the average Canadian bank mutual fund charges approximately 2.2% per year in fees. On $30,000, that fee extracts approximately $36,492 more than a 0.2% index ETF over 20 years. The fee never appears as a deduction. It is quietly removed from the fund's value before the unit price is calculated. Alex cannot see it on any statement. It is leaving anyway. These 3 invisible costs do not appear in the $5,465 monthly spending figure. They are separate, and together they represent the difference between arriving at 65 with almost nothing and arriving with real financial security, on exactly the same income. Here are 2 versions of Alex's financial life 5 years from now. Same salary. Same Vancouver. 2 different sets of decisions. Version A, nothing changes. The salary grows with annual raises, roughly 3% per year. It reaches $92,742 by 2031. The lifestyle expands to meet it. Slightly nicer apartment when the lease comes up. A newer car when the current one is paid off. A few more subscriptions when new ones launch. The gap between income and expenses stays approximately the same. The TFSA remains empty, or still holds a savings account earning 2%. The RRSP has not been touched. The emergency fund is still 0. The net worth, outside of anything tied up in a hypothetical future property, stays approximately where it is today. At 40, Alex checks the bank account on the 25th. It looks almost exactly the same as it did at 35. The feeling of having nothing to show for a good salary follows the salary upward. Version B. 5 specific decisions, made once. Not a dramatic lifestyle change, not leaving Vancouver, not giving up going out, or the gym, or the 1 trip a year. 5 decisions, made deliberately, that run automatically after they are set up. Decision 1. $500 goes into the TFSA automatically on the 1st of every month. Not a savings account, XEQT or VEQT, a simple all-in-one index ETF, set up in one sitting, never touched. In 5 years, $36,920. Decision 2. $300 goes into the RRSP automatically. At Alex's marginal rate, the annual tax refund on $3,600 of RRSP contributions is approximately $1,080, which gets added back to the TFSA next year. In 5 years, $22,152. Decision 3. Alex builds a $15,000 emergency fund over 24 months. $625 per month until it is there. Then it stops. From that point forward, every unexpected expense gets absorbed without touching the credit card. The $2,500 car repair goes to the emergency fund, not 19.99% interest for 49 years. Decision 4. 1 salary conversation. Alex uses the BC Pay Transparency job postings that have been required since 2023, searches for the same role, same city, same experience level, and finds the market rate. Goes to the manager with the data. I've been here 3 years. Market data shows this role at X to Y. I'd like to talk about closing the gap. A 10% raise is $8,000 per year, approximately $467 more per month in take-home. That covers the TFSA and RRSP contributions without changing anything else. Decision 5. One conversation with the bank or online brokerage to move any invested money from the bank mutual fund to a low-cost index ETF. 5 minutes. One form. MER drops from 2.2% to 0.2%. Alex never notices the difference in daily life. The 20-year impact, $36,492 stays in the account. Version B, net worth at age 40, approximately $74,072, up from approximately zero today. Same $80,000 salary. Same Vancouver. 5 decisions. Alex is not failing. Alex is not irresponsible. Alex is not bad with money. Alex is experiencing the completely predictable mathematical outcome of living in one of the most expensive cities in Canada on a salary that sounds more comfortable than it actually is after taxes and rent take their shares. The tax system takes 30 cents of every dollar before it arrives. Vancouver rent takes 55% of what is left. A completely normal life costs the rest. And then some. This is not a personal failure. It is arithmetic. And arithmetic can be changed. Not by moving to a cheaper city. Not by giving up the life that makes Vancouver worth living. By making 5 specific decisions, once, that create a different financial architecture running quietly in the background. 5 years from now, version A Alex still checks the 25th and sees almost nothing. Version B Alex has $74,000 in net worth and an emergency fund that absorbed the last unexpected expense without touching the credit card. Same salary. Same city. Same person. The salary was never the problem. The structure was. And now you know exactly what the structure is and what changes it.